Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Phazz from K.O.D.
And K.O.D Foot here.
Doing a little Scuf 1, Cinch 1 review / comparison video. We're going to be going over the features of the Scuf 1, the Cinch 1, and we got a standard Xbox One controller here just to, do a little comparison. You can see how they're different and everything.
So which one do you want to start with first?
Probably go ahead and check out the Scuf 1 first. That's the one I got first, so...
That's the Envy, right?
Yeah, this is the first edition Envy controller. The color scheme is a little bit different now if you order one now, but I got it a while back. But basically I got all the buttons blacked out. Well, that's how it came because it's a Scuf Envy, but you can get the color scheme however you want. This is just the Envy colors. You can customize up here, the buttons, D-pad. You can get dome sticks. I just got the standard ones because I use the Control Freak on there. Go ahead and pop that on.
Can't play without the Control Freak.
Right. Gotta have the Control Freak on there.
Been using the Control Freak since 360. Of course, it would have to carry over to the One.
Shit, we've been using the Control Freaks before we even got Scufs and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was definitely the first controller upgrade that I got.
Yeah.
And I loved it. I can't play without it anymore.
Yeah, for sure. But that is the Scuf 1. You go over the triggers and stuff. They are concealed trigger stops, so they're actually inside here. If you pop the panels off, you can adjust how the triggers sit and everything. So you tighten them up, the less you have to push down.
So you can adjust those?
Yeah, you can adjust these.
Oh, okay.
You pop this off and you use a little tool. It adjusts how high they sit and everything.
Okay.
Also with the Scuf 1, it has the paddles on the back. Let's see. So if I'm holding it like this, that's how you hit it with the inside of your middle finger. So I got the left one to A, that's my jump, and then B to knife because I play on tactical. What about you? Play the same way, right?
Oh yeah. I've been playing tactical for a long time. I can't play any way else. It's like the Control Freak. It's just that's how I've been set playing for so long.
Right.
And I know with my Scuf 360, was my button layout too, and it was just comfortable. It was real nice to be able to jump on the fly, be able to knife, and with it being on tactical, you could drop shot and everything. It worked really nice with the paddles on there. Do you have any kind of beef with the Scuf 1 though?
The Scuf 1, well, basically I don't like the Xbox One controller as much as I like the 360 controller.
Yeah.
But with the Scuf 1, I feel now that I've used the Cinch, I'll get into that in a minute, the paddles are just not quite as convenient as they should be, in my opinion. It's still a great controller, but I feel like the paddles are a little bit inconvenient to hit.
The problem I have with the One entirely is the controller. That's always been my issue with it. And the standard 360 controller, standard One controller, it just didn't feel like it sat right in my hands.
Yeah.
Whereas the 360 controller, it did. The paddles on the 360 felt like they sat naturally. Mm-hmm. The paddles on the One controller don't sit natural for me. They just feels weird. I feel like my finger's going to slip off of them.
Yeah.
Because you got to hit it with the side almost.
Yeah, it's like you're hitting it with this part of your finger rather than your fingertip, which is more convenient in my opinion. Yeah.
Other than that, though, I love the Scuf 1. It's a great controller. Scuf makes a great product, as always. Yeah. They came through with it. But that's my problem with it. I want a Scuf for the back paddles, and the back paddles aren't comfortable for me. Yeah. So I feel like when I do upgrade to the One, because I still have yet to do that, I'm not really feeling the paddle on it. Yeah. So
I mean, overall, it's a damn good controller.
Oh,
don't get us wrong. It's a damn good controller. If you want an upgrade, that's definitely good route to take. Scuf always makes quality products, but we'll go ahead and get into the Cinch 1. Get a look at that. Went with black and red color scheme, K.O.D. Now with this, it's got basically all the same things going on with the trigger stops and everything like that. On this one, the trigger stops are actually external and they're not adjustable, although I believe Cinch, you can actually make them adjustable now. I just don't have it on this controller. But yeah, they just hit down right on this piece here.
something else too. I prefer the external.
Yeah.
Personally, and that's also what I had on my 360 Scuf was the externals. And I feel like with the internal, it has too much give to it, and almost that you're going to break the internal mechanism. Not that it would.
Right.
Scuf is it's not going to let that happen. But that it just, I feel like I can push it further than what I'm supposed to. The stop is supposed to stop me, right. And that stops me and eases me down. Whereas the back, exposed trigger stop,
it's kind of like an indication of like, all right, that's it.
Once it hits that plastic, it ain't going no further. Unless you wear into your plastic and chip it away and stuff. Right. But you shouldn't be hitting take care of your stuff. Don't do that.
Right. Definitely take care of your controllers. I mean, I like the triggers on the Scuf one a little bit more. Yeah. Just because I feel like they're a little bit smoother. That's just it's a matter of preference. It's really not a functionality issue at all.
Maybe that's what it is. You prefer the smooth. I prefer the rigid on it. Right. That's just I want something to let me know. Boom, you're done. You're not going any further. Go ahead, let off of that and hit it again. Yeah,
you like clicking into place, whereas I like the smoothness of it. So I mean, it's a matter of preference. It's not a deal breaker one way or the other. The triggers are definitely good on both controllers. Now on this, I actually got the left stick. I got a cap on it. I think it's like $1.95 or $2.95 extra or something like that. But it's definitely wider than the standard stick, which I really don't like on the one at all.
No.
Obviously, pop the Control Freak on here as well.
And you got the wide Control Freak too, didn't you?
Yeah. So I like the standard sticks, like on the regular Xbox One controller. They're just tiny. I mean, if you think about how big they are on the 360, coming from that, it's just it sucked.
That's one of my main. It didn't fit, and the sticks are small. And it's like, how are you supposed to aim properly with such a small?
Yeah, it just felt so uncomfortable. Like
I, again, felt like my fingers were going to slide off of it. I got fat fingers. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
And I mean, part of it's probably coming from 360. We're a little biased playing with the bigger sticks, but I still feel like they're too small. But the cap was only a couple of bucks, so I threw it on there. It provides a little bit more width. It's a tiny bit higher just because it is a cap. It's like, placed on top of the original stick, but it's definitely a little bit nicer than the standard stick, and obviously the Control Freak on there. But this has buttons on the back that sit on the handles rather than the Scuf, like I showed you before, has the paddles like more towards the middle of the back of the controller. I personally find it to be more comfortable than the Scuf.
Yeah.
When you hold it, so you're holding your controller like this, your middle fingers are basically resting right on the buttons, and it feels very easy, convenient, and natural to hit rather than moving your fingers to hit the ones on the Scuf.
See, with me, you let me use them. You let me play with both of them. I've used them both. I prefer the Cinch. I told you that. It feels more natural in my hand. I don't hit the right side button with my middle, though. I hit it with my ring.
Okay.
Because I play with my two fingers up top on the triggers. I use my front, pointer finger for the bumper, and then my other finger, my middle finger, for the trigger. Right. So I hit it with my ring, and it still feels comfortable. It feels natural. I don't feel like my shit's gonna slide off of it. Right. It's perfect where it needs to be.
Yeah, it's really good placement where the buttons are.
I love it. Yeah. I love it, and I want to get a Cinch really bad.
Definitely a badass controller. This one has the little CG logo up top. Cinch Gaming, obviously. Yeah. But yeah, like he said, the buttons they're just a little bit better in our opinion. Just the way they feel, it's a lot better than hitting the paddle, really. Yeah, go ahead and look at them side by side, or up and top, whatever the fuck.
Now, the one thing that I will say against the Cinch, from my personal experience playing with it, the plastic on it feels a little cheap.
Yeah.
If you notice that. The plastic feels a little, I don't want to say cheap, but it feels a little flimsy maybe. Yeah. Like, you feel like you may have a little play in it. I didn't get enough time on it to really break it in, but that's just how I felt. But not it wasn't like a deal breaker for me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It still
it doesn't affect the functionality, just like you're about to say.
Exactly. It functions the way that it's designed to function.
Yeah.
And as long as you're not raging and slamming your controller around, I don't see where it would ever be a problem.
Yeah,
so don't be a douchebag and rage and throw your fucking controller around, and you won't have nothing to worry about.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I can agree with you there. Like, I feel like the Scuf just feels a little bit better quality, if you will. Like, not even better quality, just like... This does have like a little bit of a cheaper feel to it, like a cheaper plastic almost. Yes. Which is kind of weird, but I mean, it really isn't a deal breaker, like he said. The functionality of it is where it's at. I mean, the way the controller works is what I like about it more than anything.
Even with that, minor little detail there, like I said, I don't throw my controllers around. I get angry, I yell, but I take care of my shit. And when it comes to $100, $150, depends on what options you get with it and everything. Right. These controllers start to get expensive, and I'm not about to throw it across the room. And I hate when I see... I laugh at the videos of kids raging like that, because it's like, really, you just threw $150 down the drain for 2 seconds of venting. Right. You could have just punched a hole in your wall and said, fuck it, at that point. Like,
probably less expensive.
Yeah. But, I don't know. That's what I have to say about it. Even with that little flaw to it, I still prefer the Cinch, hands down, any day of the week. The sticks feel better. The triggers feel better. The buttons on the back feel better. It's all around, in my personal opinion, a better controller.
The cap on the left stick is pretty nice. The colors are nice. I think Scuf has probably a little bit better with customizing with like, just for looks and stuff like that. But
they've been in the game a little bit longer, so they've got the power to do that right now. Cinch is about to blow up and do something, in my opinion. I really think that they're, with the buttons on the back, that was a game changer. You know, everybody was used to the Scuf with the paddles, and like I said, on the 360, it worked. They fit where they were supposed to. I never played with an animal. I wanted to. The 4 paddles on the back. I never got to use one of them.
That's how my Scuf 360 is, but I prefer it with 2 paddles personally.
But I don't know. I think with the buttons, it's going to change the game, and they are MLG approved, right? Both of them are MLG approved.
Yeah, both of them are. Also, a couple things that we didn't really mention because they aren't featured on this controller in particular. You do have the option to have 4 buttons on the back rather than 2. You can also get 4 paddles on the Scuf rather than 2. So that's always an option. Both companies offer remappable buttons or paddles depending on which one you get. So they both have that feature going for them. I just didn't particularly care to get it on mine. Yeah. But other than that, I definitely think Cinch is the better controller just for functionality reasons. If you guys want to order a Cinch controller, use the code KINGSOFD, KINGSOFD, all lowercase, to get 5% off your order. We are sponsored by Cinch Gaming. As you probably saw in the beginning of the video, we are partnered up with them, so you save a little bit of money, help us out.
Don't let that think it sways our opinion on this. This is true, honest opinion. No bullshit. We haven't made, God damn it, Cat. We haven't made any money off of anything, so it doesn't matter to us. We're just God's honest opinion here.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely a beast controller. Just because we're partnered with Cinch doesn't mean this isn't a great controller. Yeah. Just prefer this a little bit more for functionality reasons, basically, and that's what's most important as a gamer, in my opinion.
Exactly.
I mean, if you want something for better looks, maybe go with the Scuf. More color options and things like that. But for functionality reasons, like I said, which I think is most important, this is definitely the winner.
The Scuf is a little more customizable and might be a little more durable, heavy-duty wise. But the Cinch is all around better layout, in my opinion. It feels more comfortable in your hand and it functions better. So that's what you have to weigh in your head there. Is, do you want something that you're going to be able to toss around a little bit and it's going to look pretty? Or do you want something that when it comes down to you sitting down and grinding, you're going to have the upper hand on everybody, hands down?
But yeah, that about wraps it up, guys. Again, Cinch Gaming's a great controller. Scuf also makes a pretty good controller, but I definitely think this takes the cake on the controller, you know, versus video. So if you like the video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Leave a comment down below if you enjoy the video. And until next time, guys, I'm KoD Phazz.
I'm KOD Foot.
Later.
Later.